Can Resident Evil 4 Remake be pay to win? So I ran a quick test. I played the first 30 minutes of the game twice, once with the DLC and once without it. I tried my best at collecting the same exact items and killing the same exact amount of enemies. So in this first clip, I'm using the Gold Attache case, which increases my chances at getting extra pesetas, the Green Herb Charm, which increases the health that you gain from healing with green herbs, and the handgun ammo charm, which increases the amount of ammo that you get from crafting. I'm also using the DLC weapons, the Sentinel 9 and the Skull Shaker shotgun, and lastly the expanded treasure map. Now this is a bigger deal than the Gold Attache case in my opinion, because the expanded treasure map gives you literally more treasures. Therefore you are able to actually get way more money early on. So I did my usual strategy, used the ladder, used a grenade, and then a flash grenade, and then picked up everything that the enemies have dropped here. So, as you can see here, I got my first 1000 from the golden attaché case there at the top right hand corner. And let me tell you right now, it was not the same when I did it without the DLC. So the pistols are actually supposed to be the same, and they do feel the same. But the Sentinel 9 just was way better than the SGO9 in this case, since I was camping the ladder and I needed that extra 10 bullets in the magazine. So in terms of item drops, it was pretty much the same. Despite me getting an extra 1000 in my DLC run, I still managed to get quite a bit of money in my no DLC one. So it wasn't that big of a difference. I actually managed to get somehow more handgun ammo on my DLC run. I guess because I got 1000 pesetas, and the game probably has like a threshold of how much money you can get, and at that point it probably just starts dropping other things. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so far it's been the same exact experience. The only difference was probably just being able to have a shotgun right off the bat, which wasn't that great, honestly. The Skull Shaker is actually really bad, and I actually prefer the W870 shotgun a lot more, since it does feel like it has way more damage, or at least a tighter spread. So switching back to my DLC run here, I haven't really noticed a huge difference so far in terms of gameplay. It's been pretty much the same. The only thing, like I mentioned before, that actually did matter probably is the Sentinel 9. I think the biggest advantage so far in the first few minutes has been having that extra ammo on the pistol, which I honestly believe is not even needed. It's just a luxury that just ends up not making that big of an impact on your gameplay, but it's just nice to have. Let's just put it that way. So the second time my Gold Attache case actually gave me another 1000 pesetas was at the Lakeside Settlement right before you meet Louise. And honestly, I didn't expect to get another one back to back. So I got an extra 2000 pesetas already right off the bat, right before chapter 2. And another one, so 4000 extra pesetas earned during chapter 1, right before chapter 2. So let's check out this segment without the DLC weapons or the DLC case. So I am currently using the silver case, which is a default case that gives you an extra chance at getting handgun ammo. So it's really good. I think I actually prefer the silver case for that reason, purely because I just end up using my handgun a lot more. But yeah, so I did get a nice set of 3 shotgun shells there instead of my 1000 pesetas, and a red herb, which is pretty much useless this early on, but it is a welcome item for sure. We should be able to have a full heal here with the yellow and green and red. And our last drop ended up being some extra handgun ammo, courtesy of our silver case. Now let's check out the merchant. So without the DLC, I was able to sell the Pearl Pendant, the Hunter's Lodge Key, the Velvet Blue, and the Flagon with 2 red rubies. And this allowed me to purchase the Attaché case, expansion, the Sniper Rifle, and this scope, which was free. But that's it. So, unfortunately I lost the footage, but with the DLC, I was able to do all of that. Also, I was able to upgrade the sniper rifle once. So, that was the biggest difference there. So, my current strategy on Professional requires me to have the TMP at least firepower level 3, which is honestly a really good way of getting rid of the giant and pretty much any early game and late game boss, because the TMP and the exclusive ticket on it are just simply amazing. So based on my experience on these 2 runs and the countless of hours that I've put into this game, I can safely say that the DLC is not pay to win. I can safely tell you that you can do all of this without the DLC and still have the same exact experience, except for maybe skipping a couple of things or 2, like doing requests and stuff like that. In the long run, of course, this does not matter unless you're trying to get a specific rank. And even if you're trying to get a specific rank, like let's say finishing the game under 5 hours and 30, and you're going for that S+ rank, I don't think it makes a huge difference. I think the biggest impact that it has on your gameplay is just saving you an extra maybe 5 to 10 minutes from having to grind the requests, because the expanded treasure map gives you extra spinels every once in a while. If you follow my strategy, you are able to get 30 spinels before chapter 7 every single time if you do my strategy correctly, for free, without buying any golden tickets. So in conclusion, I think the DLC is not pay to win at all. In fact, I don't even think the gold ticket is pay to win at all, and I'll tell you about that in a second. So I don't think the DLC is pay to win. It just makes it a lot easier for new players, I think. People who aren't exactly super confident with requests, or people who don't really know the locations of treasures and things like that. I think it helps people who are new to the game for sure. But if you're a veteran, it really does not matter. It just makes life slightly more, easy. Don't get me wrong, it does help, it does make a difference, but if you're knowledgeable enough of this game, you will not need that extra treasure, you will not need that extra spinel, because if you're experienced enough, you know exactly where and when to look for those. Even when you don't get lucky and get those extra spinels, you know how to do those medallion requests and things like that. It's 100% possible. And even if you don't have your special upgrade ticket, you can just use a sniper rifle to take out the Garrador, for example, and flash grenades. You don't need a Chicago sweeper or an infinite hand cannon or anything like that. Hopefully you understand what I mean. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comments down below. Don't forget to check out my S+ guide if you haven't already. And I will be reading all of your comments, so be nice. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video.